Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of podcast, and welcome to our Facebook page on Science Center Observatory. I'm Yatsing once again, and together with me we have Kang Hui.
Hello,
So
everyone.
today, that's right. So today we have something very special for you guys as well. So we try to make every episode special and exciting. Okay, so the exciting part is coming up now. So instead of revealing the topic by announcing to you what's our topic today, we have got Kang Hui to practice this music score for the past few days. And he's going to play a soundtrack of this movie. And the movie is going to tell us what topic we are going to be talking about today. So,
Yes,
Kang Hui,
that's
are
right.
you ready? Now, for viewers who are really very young, maybe your parents will know the answer. Okay, but today topic is revolving around this movie, and if you have done your poll, you should know what movie is. Maybe Kang Hui, you can reveal to us what is this movie.
Okay, let me just review the song first. The song is I Don't Want to Miss a Thing from the movie Armageddon. I hope you have got the answer right.
Yes, so if you got that answer correct, yes, so today we're going to be talking about asteroids and beyond. Now, so in fact, in this movie, we have this movie is about asteroid, okay? And if you have not catched the movie, don't worry, we have prepared a thriller for you guys. So our thriller is coming right up. So can we have the thriller on?
Little Richard, me and you, man. You know what I'm saying? We going to the top, baby. Big time. Somebody down 911.
What hit us?
Small asteroid fragments this morning. How big were those?
Those were nothing. The size of basketballs and Volkswagens.
This new one you're tracking, how big?
It's the size of Texas, Mr. President. It's what we call a global killer. The end of mankind.
Half the world will be incinerated by the heat blast. The rest will freeze to death in nuclear winter. Basically the worst parts of the Bible.
Hitting the rock from the outside will do the job.
So, we nuke this thing from the inside? How?
We drill. We're bringing the world's best deep core driller.
The United States government has just asked us to save the world.
We're talking about space, right? Outer space? This is like deep blue hero stuff.
I'm there.
I'm with you.
Beam me up, Scotty.
I want all of you listening to know that everything that can be done to wage this terrible battle is being called into service. May we all see these events through with the courage worthy of this challenge.
All right, flight directors, I want the go, no, go for launch. Booster, go flight. GNC, go flight.
Hey, Harry, you know we're sitting on 4 million pounds of fuel, one nuclear weapon, and a thing that has 200,000 moving parts built by the lowest bidder. Makes you feel good, doesn't it?
We're going. Okay, gentlemen.
You're warriors up there.
You're already heroes. Just sit back and enjoy the ride.
The dreams of an entire planet are focused on the 14 brave souls traveling into the heavens.
Astronauts, welcome to space.
It's about time. I haven't thrown up in about an hour.
I'd start praying about right now.
Listen, this is a kick-ass ride.
Touchstone Pictures presents Bruce Willis, Billy Bob Thornton, Liv Tyler, Ben Affleck, Will Patton, and Steve Buscemi.
Just hold on! Hold back for the other team, baby! Matt, we're not getting in there! That is my father up there!
You don't have to worry about me and my team. We'll get the job done.
A Jerry Bruckheimer production.
Wow. So I'm not sure if all have catched this movie. If you have not, then maybe the circuit breaker is the time for you to catch this movie. Yes, right, can't we?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so today we are going to invite our special guest. Okay, so our special guest is Albert from the Astronomical Society of Singapore, TASOS. And if you frequent our observatory, you should have seen him before, and he usually mans the big telescope, and he has this immense knowledge about astronomy. So can we invite Albert into our podcast today? Hello, Albert.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you for coming, Albert. Now, we thought today is a good time to feature some movies that's related to the topic. So I believe you have watched the movie Armageddon as well, right?
Yes.
Yep. So maybe you can tell us whether this movie is scientifically correct?
I think the only part that's scientifically correct is the part about the Earth could potentially be threatened by space rocks like asteroids.
Oh,
The
so the rest
are-
of the part.
The rest are dramatization by Hollywood as usual.
Okay, but we love dramatization.
Yeah.
Now, in fact, in the same year, there is also another movie that is related to space rocks crashing onto Earth, and this movie is called Deep Impact. Now, so I believe some of you maybe have not catched this movie before, so we are going to show you a trailer of Deep Impact.
Mr. Rittenhouse, Jenny Lerner, MSNBC. If we could just talk about Ellie.
He had a private phone line installed in his office.
Turn your camera off.
I think the president knows about it too.
Okay, Secretary of the Treasury resigns because of a mistress named Ellie. Okay!
If she knows, how long can it be before CNN or the Post breaks the story?
Mr. President, I'm not interested in using Ellie to further my career.
What do you know about Ellie?
Congratulations. You now have the biggest story in history.
A few minutes ago, the United States ambassadors to every country in the world told the leaders of those nations what I'm about to tell you. Last summer, 2 comets were discovered that are on a collision course with Earth.
Oh my God.
The smaller comet will hit first,
We now have the details.
creating a tidal wave over 3,000 feet high. The larger comet is the size of New York City, 500 billion tons. If it can't be stopped, all life on Earth will perish. So for the past 8 months, the United States and Russia have been building the largest spaceship ever constructed, the Messiah. This is the crew that will stop the comets. We all hope for the best, but we've prepared for the worst. To ensure our way of life goes on, a network of immense caves has been constructed. We're going to hold a national lottery. We can put 1 million people in them for 2 years. It is our new Noah's Ark.
If you marry me, I can get you into the Ark, so you can live.
No men and women over 50 will be included in the lottery.
Don't worry about me. I'm going to be happy as long as I know you're going to live.
To have and to hold,
If the world does go on,
to love and to cherish,
it might not go on for everyone.
till death do you part.
Be good. Be good.
Good luck to us all.
We have to go.
We have 1 helicopter to hold 7 people.
The big one's coming up fast.
You're gonna die if you stay here.
We need the arming coach for the last 4 nukes.
Come on!
We've lost picture.
Messiah, this is Houston. Messiah.
How's my time?
Taking too long.
We got jammed up at 75 feet.
We're losing one.
Time! Get the hell out of there!
I want you to take the baby.
Daddy.
Okay, welcome back, everyone. So, if you just joined us, that was a trailer of the movie Deep Impact. And just now, we also showed the trailer of Armageddon. And today, the topic we're going to be talking about is asteroids and beyond. Now, just now, also, we have some flashing going on. So, don't be alarmed. That's probably just our connection having some problems. But now, I think we're back on track. Okay, so we have watched the trailer of both movies. Albert,
Yes.
I believe you watched both the movies. So
Right.
can you tell us what's the difference between the two of them?
Well, as what is depicted just now in the movie, in the first movie, Armageddon, the threat came from an asteroid. Whereas in the second movie, the threat came from a comet.
Ah, okay. So which one is your personal favorite?
The movie-wise, I think Deep Impact is more realistic.
Mm,
Yeah, not so
Deep-
far-fetched, yeah, as compared to Armageddon.
I see. What about you, Kang Hui? Have you catched both the movies?
Well, I only managed to watch Armageddon, I think, many years back. The
Ah.
Impact, I'll catch it this Friday.
Yes,
Not
please.
to worry.
Because I just caught that movie, I think, yesterday. And wow, mind blown. It was really a very good movie. Okay, so remember to catch these two movies.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that goes for the audience as well.
Yes.
Friday, please go and watch the movies.
Yes. So we're going to go back to our topic today is on asteroids and beyond. Now, if you have any questions regarding asteroids and beyond, do keep it coming in the comment section, or you can click on the pinned link in the comment section and you can ask us any question, okay? Not ask us any question. Basically, it's to ask Albert and Kang Hui, okay? Okay.
Okay, let the questions come.
Correct, that's right. Now, just now, Albert has mentioned Deep Impact is on comets and Armageddon is about asteroids. So, Kang Hui, maybe can you tell us about the difference between asteroids and comets?
Okay, so that's a very common question. We all know that in space there are many objects, and asteroid and a comet, they're actually very similar. They have a very rocky structure. The only difference is that a comet has these dirty ice surrounding it. These dirty ice composed of gas and dust. And this comet, we can't really see the tail until it goes near the sun. And as it goes near the sun, you start to melt. And this forms a very nice trail. As the light reflects off this trail, that's where we see the comet. And I believe in the visual shown, the comet is Halley's Comet. That was observed with the naked eye back in 1986. And according to Halley's calculation, the next one we should be able to see in 75 years' time, which is 2061. So I think most of us, we should be able to catch it, and I hope I can see it in my lifetime.
I think we should be able to see it because we are still very young.
Yeah.
Okay. So just now, Kang Hui has explained to us what are the differences between asteroids and comets. So Albert, what happens when these space rocks come near, or in fact they enter the Earth's atmosphere?
I think essentially the main thing is the size of these space rocks or objects. Yeah, if they are small enough, they will enter the Earth atmosphere and appear basically as just meteors and burn up harmlessly in the Earth atmosphere. But if they are too big or big enough to impact the Earth, then we're going to have a problem.
Okay, so if it's really huge, then it will be almost like the one in the movie Armageddon and the Deep Impact.
That's right.
So we do have a poster on the experiment. Oh, okay. So we we want to ask, okay, Albert, what's the difference between meteoroids, meteors, and meteorite?
Okay, basically meteorites are basically debris left behind from formation of solar system, and they are typically orbiting around the sun. So and they are very dark, so you cannot see them because most of them are very small. So every once in a while, Earth's orbit will actually intersect some of these, and when they enter Earth atmosphere, due to the speed that they enter the atmosphere, they ionize the air as well as compression heating. They produce a very bright streak of light, which we can see, and we call it a meteor, or also commonly known as what we call a shooting star. Now, if they survive this burning through Earth atmosphere and they land on the Earth itself, they are called meteorite. Right. So to sum it up, when they are in space, they are dark, you cannot see them, they are called meteoroids. When they produce a bright streak of light, they are called meteors, and when they land on Earth, they are called meteorite.
Wow, okay, that's a very good explanation in short. So if you see the screen, the poster that we have for you, it basically summarizes what Albert just explained, right? Now, so all these three terms, they may seem very complicated, but actually they are from the same piece of rock.
That's right.
Okay, so also, Albert, is it true that we can create artificial meteor shower?
Yes. In fact, anything that enters the atmosphere, be it man-made or natural, can actually will result in a meteor because of Earth's atmosphere. So the most recent one is that there's this Japanese company that's trying to create artificial meteor shower for the opening of the Tokyo Olympics, which unfortunately has now been postponed until next year. So what happens is that they will launch a spacecraft, and they will, at a certain time, they just eject these particles to create artificial meteors.
So we do have the visual for the artificial meteor. So wow, we sure hope to be able to see this artificial meteor shower because this brings this whole fireworks thing to a whole new level. Right. So maybe, Kang Hui, just now we were talking about meteorites, meteors, and all that. Maybe you can share with us an instance where an asteroid left a huge impact on Earth.
Let me think. I think the most famous one would be the one that actually caused the extinction of the dinosaurs. So I believe the archaeologists have linked it up to the event. They managed to find this crater, Chicxulub crater, which is about 150 kilometers wide. And they believe that this was the one that was responsible to have wiped out the dinosaurs. Because when it impacted, it choked up the whole sky with a lot of carbon dioxide and other gases, which actually dramatically changed the Earth's climate.
I see. So that was way before there were mankind, right? So we believe that during the dinosaur era, so that's what happened and destroyed all the dinosaurs. Now, Albert, what about recent events where asteroid destroys the livelihood of people?
Okay, there are two that I can think of. One was in 1908 over Tunguska, Siberia, a remote part of Russia, where an asteroid entered the Earth atmosphere and blew up, and the shock wave actually flattened about 2,000 square kilometers of forest. Yeah, there were no human casualties because it's a very remote area. And as recent as in 2013, there was another asteroid that entered the Earth atmosphere and blew up over Chelyabinsk, also in Russia. And that one actually caused injured more than 1,000 people and damaged more than 7,000 buildings because of the blast wave.
And in fact, for this, we do have a clip So that was captured by the dash cam of the cars. So can we have that video up? Right. So this is real. This is not Hollywood. So basically, if you have watched the movie Armageddon and Deep Impact, so Albert, this looks quite similar to the visuals in the movies, right?
Yes.
So this is the part that is very accurately depicted by the movies. Right. Okay. So this is what happens when a huge rock enters the Earth's atmosphere and starts to burn, right? So just that we've been talking about asteroids for a while now, let's answer some questions that we have from somebody. Okay, so here's a question that's not quite relevant to our topic today, but it's okay, we'll still answer this question. From Isaiah Jimmy, where in space is Bernard's star? Albert.
Bernard star.
Yes.
Yeah, Bernard star. Bernard star is one of the closest stars to us, being only about 6 light years away. I think it's in the constellation of Ophiuchus. Yeah, it's the star with the largest proper motion, meaning we say it's the fastest moving star they ever discovered. So it's quite a faint star. I think it's probably about 9-10 magnitude. So you can't really see it with naked eye. But what happens is that they discovered that this star moves faster than any other star. That means to say you can see actually moving against the background of stars very, very quickly.
But we can see using a microscope. Oh,
telescope.
Not microscope. Sorry.
Telescope. Yeah. So that is Bernard star. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Albert, so we can see using a telescope.
Yes, but of course through a telescope you will not see it moving itself. But over a course of several hours or few days, you can see actually it move against the background of stars. Yeah.
Okay, nice. So, all right. So, Isaiah, I hope we answer your question. And we do also have another question. What is the title of the thriller? So, the two thrillers that we played just now are from the movies Armageddon and Deep Impact. So, we urge all of you to go catch these two movies during your circuit breaker. And in fact, it's a long weekend this week. So, go catch it. And yeah, maybe you have a little bit more interest in our topic of asteroid today. Okay, so let's go back to our topic again on asteroid. So, Kak-Hui, where can we find asteroids?
Okay, so asteroids, as we all know, they are space rocks. They are actually from the remains of the early formation of the solar system. And a lot of it has not been accumulated together to form planets. They are actually sitting around what we call the asteroid belt. So this asteroid belt, where is it in our solar system? It is between the 4 rocky planets, Mars, Venus, Earth, and Mercury. And the rest will be near the gas giants, Jupiter, Saturn, and so on. So this is the belt that divides these gas planets and the rocky planets.
Okay, so we also do have a visual.
So actually the asteroid belt, it might be cluttered with a lot of asteroids or rocky objects. However, they are actually very, very far apart, a few kilometers apart. So for example, when NASA sent Voyager 1 and 2, it was actually able to move through the asteroid belt safely without hitting any of these asteroids or rocks.
So it looks like it's really dense, but they are really very far apart.
Yes.
Now, in fact, we have a lot of questions coming in all of a sudden. And one question from Karen. What was the biggest impact an asteroid had on Earth in our history? So, Albert, do you have an answer for this?
Well, in the past, many millions years ago, there was a large, what we call extinction level event. And all these were actually paleontologists and scientists were able to link it with what I call impacts, be it either from asteroids or comets. Okay, dating back to 250 million years, in which there was a mass extinction where more than 90% of all life on Earth was extinguished. And the one that was brought up earlier by Kang Hui about the 65 million years ago that resulted in the extinction of the dinosaur. Yeah, so these are huge extinction level events. But in recent times, I mean modern time when men were around, fortunately we have yet to experience a extinction event similar to that millions of years ago.
Yeah, we don't want that to happen because
Yeah, we
in
don't
the
that.
in the movie Deep Impact they call it ELE, ELE, extinction level event. Okay, so we have a question from Chance. Yes, hello Chance. So Chance asks, how big is an asteroid compared to Earth? Kahui.
Well, that's a good question. An asteroid is actually very, very small. It can range from about 1 meter to about 1,000 kilometers wide. So if you compare it to Earth, it's actually 1/10 of Earth. In other words, it's just very small.
So it can be small and it can also be quite big. Okay, so Zeev has got a question. Albert, will asteroid hit the sun?
Yes, there's no reason why asteroid can hit the sun. I mean, asteroids have been known to hit other planets as well, including the moon and so forth. So that for that reason, there's no reason why it should not hit the sun. Yeah, but then again, because the sun is so much bigger, and this asteroid will probably be incinerated before it can actually go deep into the sun. Yeah.
I see. So because the sun is too hot. Okay, so we're going to answer a couple more questions because suddenly we are overwhelmed by questions. Okay, do asteroids contain vast amount of precious metals? So if we run out of gold and diamonds on Earth, can we catch an asteroid and harvest them? This is a very good question.
Okay.
Albert?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, a lot of these asteroids and even comets are known to contain a large amount of what we call rare metals like iridium. Some will even speculate at gold, diamond, and stuff like that. Yes, they do contain these rare elements. But to mine this asteroid or comet is not as easy as it sounds. Okay, of course, you can watch Hollywood movies whereby they go and do mine, like even for the movie Aliens, whereby they go and mine, bring back those rare materials. I guess probably in the future, we may be able to do something similar to that to actually mine these asteroids for rare metals.
Oh, nice. But I mean, what are the chances that we get an asteroid hitting Earth, right? And then we can manage to locate them. Okay, so okay, we're going to continue with our podcast because some of the questions will be covered during the podcast. Okay, so we'll answer some questions as we go along. Kang-Hui, where can we find asteroids?
Like I mentioned, asteroids is found in the asteroid belt. And very interestingly, we have this visual right now called Ceres. So Ceres itself is actually found in the asteroid belt. There was a lot of debate going on because beyond this asteroid belt, Pluto, they also found other small objects orbiting around the sun. So they were thinking, how then do we define Ceres and Pluto? Because Ceres is orbiting around the sun as well. So then came the debate, and Ceres got promoted and Pluto got demoted. So Ceres, being an asteroid, promoted to a dwarf planet, and for Pluto, it demoted from a planet to a dwarf planet.
Okay, so Kang-Hui had just covered the topic of dwarf planet. But before we go to the topic of dwarf planet, I want to ask Albert this question. We have been talking about these space rocks hitting Earth. Is it possible that these space rocks can hit other planets, or these space rocks can hit each other?
Yeah, okay. Yes, I mean, through evidence, look at craters found on the moon. There's a very obvious answer is that it must be impacted by a lot of space rocks. Okay, and even craters on Mercury and Venus and stuff like that, as well as Mars. But then we were actually lucky in a sense that in 1994, okay, we actually given a preview of what this space rocks, be it an asteroid or comet, can do. Because in that year, comet Shoemaker-Levy actually hit Jupiter. And this comet actually passes too close to Jupiter and was torn apart by its gravity into more than 20 fragments. And these fragments actually impacted Jupiter at about 60 kilometers per second. And although the fragments were relatively small, only about 1 kilometer across or a few hundred meters across, but because of the speed that they impacted Jupiter, they create a very huge impact, on Jupiter. So the marks, I think there are some visuals, you can see Jupiter, the marks were actually bigger than the Earth itself.
Okay, so are our visuals...
We are getting the visuals ready.
Okay, so as we are getting our visuals ready, now, Albert, what are the chances that two asteroids collide with each other in space?
It could happen, but so far we have not actually witnessed any of this asteroid collide. Although we do have evidence, we have actually seen satellites, man-made satellites, colliding with one another. But to see asteroids colliding with one another, we have yet to actually see it. Yeah,
okay. So, okay, we have our visual finally up. So that that black dot that we see is, so it's basically this collision of an asteroid on Jupiter. Now, I actually thought that because it's a gas giant and then the rock might just like fly and go all the way through the planet. I don't know, because it doesn't have any land.
Okay, most of these asteroids or comets, in this case, Jupiter is just a comet, okay? When they pass through atmosphere, be it either Earth or otherwise, a lot of them actually don't hit the planet itself, because what happens is that the density of the atmosphere or the air, as it goes in deeper, it gets denser and denser. So what happens, because of the high speed they are traveling, the pressure in front of it gets very, very high. So up to a certain point where it's dense enough that the asteroids or comet cannot withstand the pressure anymore, it will disintegrate explosively. That's what it's seen here. Yeah. So it doesn't really have to hit a planet. It just goes deep in the atmosphere, and once it meets increasing denser and denser part of Jupiter atmosphere, sooner or later it cannot withstand the pressure anymore. It will just disintegrate with an explosive force.
Okay. So that explains the black hole on Jupiter.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me see if there is any questions that are related. Okay. Okay. So we have a question from Po E. Does asteroids that come past Earth able to hit us due to gravity pull? Albert.
Okay. Okay, most of these, if we can see or track that, in fact, I think yesterday or today, there's an asteroid that's about 2 kilometers in diameter that passes about close to 4 million kilometers away from us, something like that. Yeah, so in fact, scientists are very excited about this because they can actually track and study it. But most of these asteroids, the orbit are closely tracked by NASA, as well as US Department of Defense and stuff like that. So we know which comet or asteroids are actually attract to us. So generally, they are in orbit around the sun also, so they are unlikely to hit the Earth. But of course, over time, over thousands of millions of years, their orbit may be disturbed or changed by either collision or other gravitational interaction with other planets. And there may be a chance that they may pose a hazard to Earth.
Okay. Now, so we've been talking about asteroids, and just now Kang Hui was talking about dwarf planets. I think we are very keen to know a little bit more about these dwarf planets, because Kang Hui mentioned about the largest asteroid becoming a dwarf planet. Now, Kang Hui, can you tell us how many dwarf planets are there?
Okay, so actually right now the known dwarf planets, there are 5 and more. There are actually plenty of other dwarf planets yet to be discovered. So I believe they are still tracking it. The known 5 dwarf planets are Pluto, Ceres, Eris, Haumea, and Makemake. So these are the 5 dwarf planets.
Okay, so we have some visual up showing us the dwarf planets. Now, Albert, can we see dwarf planets from Earth's telescopes?
If your telescope is big enough, yes, you can see it, but it will appear as a point of light, just like a very faint star. And you can detect its presence, same as Pluto. I mean, over a period of time whereby you can see it move against the further background of stars.
So we can possibly see them using a telescope.
Yeah, it must be a big, powerful telescope.
Okay, so okay, we do have a question from Yu Hin. Okay, hello Yu Hin. Yeah, 6 years old. Thank you for asking this question. Is there anyone monitoring asteroids in space? I think just now Albert did kind of answer this question, right? I think he mentioned that NASA has been monitoring some of these asteroids. Is that right?
Yes. In fact, they have been tracking all this potential hazardous object, and down to the size of about 5 to 10 centimeters across. So they are quite confident that they've discovered about 90 to 95% of these rocks that they are tracking. But of course, those smaller ones are harmless. But what is more concerned is that, of course, there could be 1 or 2 big ones that have yet to be discovered because, remaining 5 to 10% that's not discovered yet could be hazardous that we are not aware of yet. Yeah.
Okay. And then we also have another question. Okay, from Kiru. Hello, Kiru. Is panspermia real? Is panspermia real?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Is it real?
Okay, I mean, it's a very interesting hypothesis whereby it says that basically life exists throughout the universe, and how it gets propagated to other planets, galaxies, all that is similar to what you see on regarding plant life on Earth, whereby the pollens got transported by bees, butterflies to another plant, or by the wind that they blow to another part, and then it take roots and they start growing from there. So it's a similar concept whereby life exists in a particular part of the universe, and through impact or otherwise, this debris that were thrown out will contain some of this life form that will actually eventually land in a planet that is conducive for life to evolve. And from there, but then again, it remains to be proven, largely because objects in space are exposed to the very harsh environment and for a very long time, for literally millions or billions of years. So unless the life form is able to withstand to become dormant and subsequently be activated when it land on a conducive planet, something remains to be seen. But it's an interesting hypothesis.
I see. Okay, so I think we answered majority of the questions, but we do have some questions asking what are some of the upcoming meteor showers that we can see? Albert?
Okay. Okay. I mean, of course, literally almost every month there'll be a meteor shower. Okay, but my advice is that don't try to look for a meteor shower unless they are rich meteor shower. Meteor shower have those rich and so as those weak meteor shower. Rich one are those that produce a lot more meteors and tend to be brighter, and that will increase your chances of spotting a meteor. Okay, so the richer ones will be the Perseids, which will take place in August, the Oranids in October, and the Geminids in December. So that will increase your chances of spotting a meteor during this period of time. The rest of the meteor shower are relatively weak, like the Eta Aquaris and so forth, that's happening this month. So you may not get to see, especially from Singapore sky, which is highly light polluted.
Okay, Albert, I am very curious. Have you gone meteor shower chasing before? Like, I know in Singapore can be quite difficult to see. Like, you keep traveling annually to catch it.
Well, not really annually, but we were fortunate enough back in 2001, thereabouts. which a group of us actually went to Thailand to try and catch a meteor shower, the Leonids in this case. Because the Leonids meteor shower is expected to be storming. That means you see a lot of meteors once every 33 years or so. Because that's when the parent comet that from which this debris come from that produced the meteors came back to Earth. So in 2001, we were in Thailand. We were fortunate enough throughout the night to count more than 5,000 meteors.
Wow, 5,000? That's a lot. Usually the meteor count per hour is like 100 over, but 5,000?
Usually much less than that.
Oh, much less than. Well, that must be a very, very lucky opportunity.
So how do you feel after that trip?
I mean, it was basically quite unreal. I mean, it was once in a lifetime chance, and we managed to catch it. So yeah.
So any chance you are planning to be doing something similar?
Meteor showers are very unpredictable. Sometimes they predict to be storming, but if happens that there's a full moon on that night, then of course you will lessen your chance of seeing it. So there are a lot of other factors that you need to consider. But I guess the next one probably can look forward to maybe 2030, 2033 thereabouts, whereby the Leonids were expected to be reaching its peak again.
Oh, okay. So do you plan to go catch it?
Depends.
Let's go together.
Kang-Hui likes to go to this kind of meteor shower checking as well, chasing. So, Albert, in the movie Deep Impact, at the beginning, right? So, how they found out that there was a comet that can potentially crash into Earth is by a group of students who were observing the night sky using telescopes. Now, so we know that Albert has been looking at the night sky for so many years. Have you ever spotted a comet using your telescope?
I mean, known comet, yes, of course, but to discover one, unfortunately, no. Okay, it takes a lot of hard work and equally large amount of luck to discover a comet. Because if you discover a comet, it will be named after you. So, but unfortunately, it takes a lot of hard work and a lot of luck to spot one in such a big sky. Yeah.
So it's a big sky, and that comet has to be big enough to be seen by the telescope. Is that right?
Yes, most comets are very, very faint when they are first discovered. They will not have a tail. So they will be just a fluffy object, very faint, fluffy object in the background of stars. So what you can do is to observe it over a period of time. And if it moves against the further background of stars, then chances that it could be a comet. But you just hope it's not a known comet, but newly discovered. Then of course you report it. If you go and report it, they will actually track its orbit. And they will actually, the International Astronomical Union will be able to tell you whether is it a known comet or newly discovered comet.
I see. Okay, so thank you, Albert, for sharing with us your experiences. We do have a couple of questions that we want to answer. Okay, so there is this question: does Jupiter throw asteroids towards the Earth? Kang-Hui, do you want to attempt this question?
Okay, so there are actually two possibilities. One, if the asteroid is very close to Jupiter, it might actually be similar to the asteroid Shoemaker. You get impact onto Jupiter itself. But if it's still within the gravitational pull of Jupiter, but it's far away, its orbit may be disturbed. And yeah, whether will it hit Earth, I do not know. That is very hard to tell. Yeah. So these are the two possibilities. Yeah.
Okay. So we do have some other questions in the comment section. Somebody asked, any meteor or astronomical happening next Friday? That's a very short time. Albert, is there anything happening next week?
I mean, like I said, there's a meteor shower as expected. Okay, you're talking about meteors or other
astronomical events, anything.
Oh, astronomical event. Well, okay. I think probably you can try, but you need a telescope for that. You can try spotting the asteroid that passed by Earth. I think it's still today. I think it's quite 1998. OR2.
so.
Yeah, but yeah. Or the other one, you can try looking out for Venus for the next couple of weeks, whereby as it approaches inferior conjunction, you will take on the exhibit phases like crescent moon, a miniature crescent moon. Yeah, so I guess that's the more interesting one for next few days.
I
Yeah.
see. But everyone remember, you're supposed to stay home. If you have a telescope, you can use it and point out of the window, but please don't go out, okay? All right. So, Albert, any last shout out to the audience if they are interested in astronomy? What kind of steps can they partake in order to enjoy the night sky? What advice do you have for everyone?
Okay, I mean, now, of course, with the internet, there are a lot of resources out there, including some good books. So you can actually go and Google and learn more about astronomy from there. Okay, there are a lot of actually literally endless amount of information out there. You just have to hunt for it.
That's right. Okay, so that comes from someone who has many years of experience in stargazing. Okay, so I think we have answered almost all the questions today. Thank you, everyone, for being so enthusiastic about our topic today. Now, today, hopefully, tonight the night sky will clear up because we just had a huge downpour. We are going to be doing a May Day special where we are going to be showing live streaming of the moon, and our science educators will be showing you some features of the night sky. So hopefully the sky clears up and we're able to see something. Okay, so for now, we want to say thank you very much to Albert for being
Thank you,
in our show
Albert.
today.
Thank you so much.
You gave us so much information regarding today's topic. Now, guys, if you would like to catch more podcasts, we are going to come up with another one in 2 weeks' time on Life in Space. Till then, we are going to see you again later tonight. So don't go anywhere.
Yes.
All right. Yes.
So everyone, stay home, stay safe, and keep looking up.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.